Hey guys, Nathan Brendan Masters. I've been following the Ergo Josh situation. I'm fairly new to him, but I've been watching watching the controversy and watching what he's saying and what he's talking about. First off, let me come off and say this. Nobody owes you their process. And a lot of artists need to realize that, because especially you young folks, see, y'all be on Twitter and TikTok all day, and you can fuck with people. Somebody do something you don't like, you can get mad. You can get mad and you can force people to do what you want them to do. Let me tell you something, people are getting tired of your shit. That's facts. They're getting tired of it. And if they don't tell you, your mama don't tell you, your dad don't, I'ma tell you, people are getting tired. People ain't gonna bend to you all the time. Now this man is doing his process, and he's incorporating AI into his process. He's sharing this process with you. He's not forcing you to do it. He ain't trying to make you do it. He's sharing his process with you. And I'm telling you, you're all a bunch of little fucking assholes. For all this arguing about AI ain't real art, and y'all ain't real artists yourselves. Half of y'all ain't even good. That's why you're worried about AI, because half your shit ain't that good. And you know it. Some of y'all say it in the comment. You struggling. Yeah, we all struggling. What you think this is? This ain't no joke. This is art. This is what it is. You struggle through. You incorporate what you incorporate. Half the stuff you got, most of the stuff that you doing right now it was unfathomable when I started drawing. Unfathomable. There's no way. I thought that I could sit down on my bed with a tablet. I didn't even know a tablet wasn't even invented. It wasn't no tablet. You drew a book on 11 by 17 Bristol board. You drew that book, and then you pay somebody. If you're not working with a big company, you pay somebody to draw over your pencils with inks. And that inker came in and tightened your work up. And if you're doing a book of color, you pay a third person to come in and then color your book with markers and watercolor. That's how they would do it. That's how the process was done. And then some guys came in, and when Image was formed and some of these newer comic book companies were formed, they were taking on Marvel. You had Ultraverse, which Image was part of Malibu originally. Malibu was publishing Image, then they broke off, and then Malibu started Ultraverse. And they were using a process. They were doing things new. They were taking computers, they were inking on the computer. Inking on the computer, it was unheard of. You do it every day without a thought. It was unheard of. People scan a page in and then draw it on ink it on the computer, and then they send it to another guy. Sometimes it was that same guy. It didn't matter. They would come in and they would do the colors on computer. There was a company called Ali Optics. They were the big one. And oh my God, the colors, they were going to lose their jobs to the computer. The computer's going to take their jobs. Well, number one, the computer wasn't doing the coloring. There were people doing the coloring. And most people, a lot of artists, eventually learned how to color their own work. So now the thing that was being done by 3 people is now done by 1 person. How many of you right now, you draw your page, you color your page, you letter your page, you do everything on 1 device, 1 tablet, 1 program. You create your comic book. That's all from technology. And every time that technology was new, somebody lost a job or somebody was afraid they were going to lose a job. The thing you're doing right now is the job of 3 people back in the day. That means at least 2 of those people lost a job, or they learned to do what you do and they moved on. That's what it is. Now, you can lie to yourself, but I've been here. I've seen the changes. I've seen it. I have been very clear that the people who should be using AI are artists, especially digital artists who already know a lot of this landscape. They should be using this art, and they should be developing their own processes to aid and help them to get their art out faster. And just, you say, oh, people love to say it don't have no imagination. Stop the cap. You know that AI pops out some stuff you ain't never thought of sometimes. You wasn't gonna do it that way, and then AI did a thing. You was like, oh, okay, yeah, that's a nice looking thing. You out here mad at what other people doing. Your shit ain't tight yet. Your art ain't tight. Your shit ain't that good. Get your shit tight first. And then you can worry about what other people doing. And you keep talking about people stealing your art. I'm telling you, go read those terms and service agreements to the platforms you are on. They tell you straight up, especially if you're on DeviantArt and these art platforms, they'll tell you straight up, they have every right to use your art for promotion, and they can give it to various companies that you work with. You ain't got to use their website, but that's what you sign up to. When you use anybody's site, whether you're on YouTube, Twitter, TikTok, they can use your work to advertise. They can give, and if these AI companies are partner companies, they can give your stuff right to them. It's in the terms of service. Go read it. Facebook, Twitter, YouTube, Instagram, DA, all these sites, these are all free. And when you're getting it free, you the product. And that's facts. Now you tell me I'm wrong. I don't care what you're saying. You go read it. You the product. And on top of that, these AI art companies, a lot of them, they're using a whole different training packet now. So if you had a case then, you probably don't have one now. You got what you wanted. They got rid of that old stuff and they brought in something completely new. So you ain't even got no case no more. So half your argument is out the window. Now, a lot of older artists don't like AI either, but they're dealing with it a lot easier. You know why? Because we've seen it. We've seen it. You figure it out. How do I incorporate this? How does it help me? What can I take from it? What can I get rid of? That's what it is. You create your own process, and at the end of the day, you still don't have to use it. The majority of my books are drawn on Bristol board with pencil, pen, brush, and ink, old school. And sometimes I go, hey, let me see what that AI do. Right now, I'm working on some AI covers. The book is hand drawn, old school black and white comic book. Not drawn on a computer, drawn on the boards. The boards. It was going straight to Bristol. Some of you need your computer or tablet to draw. And that's okay. That's okay. That's your process. I ain't mad at you for that. I can't really do it on a computer like that. I want to be able to, but I'm not comfortable with it. And I would love to be able to draw directly on the computer, directly on tablet, and skip the scanning process. Even though I lose that physical piece that I can sell just for making a comic book, it would cut a lot of time out of the process for me. If I could just get myself to draw digitally, draw on it, and I got the material. I just can't do it. I'm not comfortable with it. Especially with AI being what it is today, it would save me a lot of time, particularly when doing background stuff. Now you ain't gotta like it at all, but you should listen to what Josh is talking about. Look at his process, maybe create your own process. But you should know something about this AI work. Again, you ain't got to like it, you ain't got to use it, but you should know something about it. All those mistakes that AI make, there's a market for people to fix those mistakes. There's a market for people who know how to overpaint. That means when they run the AI image, you go in and you draw over that image. There's a market for that. And there's a market for straight up AI. You can run that AI image, go in with your digital art skills, and then expand on that image and make it your own. People will buy that. You can have a business making comic book covers that way, especially if you're doing bad girl comics and stuff like that. There's a market for that stuff. That's your money left on the table because you want to be mad. That ain't my money. I can't do that shit. You the digital artist, that's your money on the table. A lot of y'all want to be starving artists. That's romantic to you. That ain't romantic for a lot of us. We ain't all out here trying to do that. Some of us trying to make this into an occupation, bro. We ain't got time for the nonsense. Y'all take it easy. Asta.